do is when I send out the email, I have the answer in that email to everybody. So you have that information. And I love questions like this because then it allows me to figure out answers as well. So please keep on asking if there's any other questions that come up. Okay, here's another example of a savings challenge. It's a $10 money savings challenge. And so if we do $10 per week, at the end of the year, we'll have $500 saved up for the year. So, you know, every week you can put that $10 into a savings account, or you can put it into a jar taped up. But again, it's just a way to save that money and challenge ourselves. You know, maybe there's a goal you set for yourself, and at the end of the year, you want $500 as an emergency fund, or maybe you want to go camping, something like that. You want to challenge yourself to. Another fun challenge is our 52-week money challenge. So the first week you put $1 into a savings account or a jar. The second week you put $2 into the savings account. By week 21, you put $21 into that savings account or the jar. And by the end of the year, you'll have $1,378 saved up. And so again, shows you how money can add up very quickly. You can take this and work back. So the first week you do $52, next week you do $51, and then so on. Or you can put all the numbers in a hat and then pull them out one at a time and kind of go from there. This can also be a great challenge that you can do with kids. So I would suggest to make it a shorter challenge. Maybe you want to take your child to a movie, and so you want to make a week challenge, and you know, kind of say at the end of the week, we want to save up, you know, $40. So then you break it back. So every day you put a certain amount into a jar, and then your child can cross off the number on the list that you have. Why it's good for kids as well as us adults, it allows us to kind of get excited about something in the future. We also have that really tangible way of knowing that money just doesn't appear out of nowhere. It takes time to build up that cost. It takes time to build up that savings, and it can just be, you know, a great way to teach your kids on how to get better with their money. We actually have Raising Financially Fit Kids, which is a great class as well that we offer. Now, if you're sending money home, there's international banking alliances. So you can talk to your financial institution and see if they have ability to have those transfers within their branches that your family can access at other countries. So there's, you know, ways to send money home with eliminating or cutting down those fees. Another way to do that can be through PayPal or e-transfers, which is email money transfers. Setting up a joint account with a bank card. I know my husband, he's Filipino, and his dad lives in the Philippines, and so they actually have a joint account where we can deposit into, and then his father can access in the Philippines, which is, you know, really handy, instead of, you know, taking that time to, which also you can do as wire transfers, sending that money, and they can transfer that money through a wire transfer. If you do send money through wire transfers, there can be fees involved with that. So having like a joint account saves on those fees, and it makes it accessible to that other person quite easily. If you're using a credit to send money back home, we do really suggest that you speak with a credit counselor, okay? So if we're in a situation where we don't have enough money to cover off the cost of our loved ones, maybe our loved one is sick back home, and we might be thinking about taking out a loan to cover off those costs, because that's a very serious issue that you're having and you want to take care of your family. I always would suggest to speak with a credit counselor before you take out a loan to do that, because there might be other options available. So make sure you have that information. Here's some online resources. Sorry, was there a question? I think. Okay. Some online resources. So the consumer agency, actually, let's pull this really up quickly here so you can see this. So this is one of the government website that we had showing up there in that first section there. So